Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Twiggieee. Welcome to the first episode of Ultimate DPS Series. In this series, I'm going to be going through the highest DPS items in the game. So that would be weapons, armor, capes. What kind of has influenced me to do this is the Crimson Staff of Abyss has now been nerfed and has been for about a week. And to this day, I am still seeing people believing and crafting this item, thinking that they're getting the highest DPS in the game for the weapon slot. This is wasting a lot of hours for people, as the Crimson Staff of Abyss isn't the easiest weapon to get your hands on. It's actually very difficult. Um, so this series is going to allow me to be able to go through the updates and run experiments to see what weapons, what armor, what capes are the best DPS for your character on a given update. So since the Crimson Staff of Abyss has been nerfed, the debate at the moment that I'm seeing a lot of people go through is whether or not the Scale Slayer sword is the highest DPS or the Precious Crystal Staff. I've decided to go to the North Warsworn because not many people go to that one, and time how long it takes to kill those with each weapon. The differences between the two weapons is the Scale Slayer is -4 attack and -20 crit. So the attack isn't all that much, but I thought maybe that 20 crit is going to make a big difference. But it does have the 88 haste, which, if you don't know, what haste does is it allows you to attack quicker and use abilities quicker as well. So that's got 27 haste, more than the Crystal Staff, which makes a big difference. It also has 17 extra health, but for DPS that's not something important that we need to concentrate on because it doesn't add to our damage. So after killing 10 of the Warsworns with the Scale Slayer sword, we ended up coming at the time of 9 minutes and 1 second and 74 milliseconds. Time to give the Crystal Staff a go, see how well this goes. I'm really expecting this to outperform only because of the attack and crit differences. They're so much more higher than what the Scale Slayer is that I think it's going to outdo that haste difference. This is actually going to be a really good way to test whether or not crit is as important as a lot of people think it is. I was speaking to somebody, I can't remember their name, while I was grinding, and they were telling me that the emphasis off of crit has been taken off now. Now they're focusing on other stats like attack and haste for the DPS. So this will kind of be a little bit of a test to see whether or not that is the case. And the final time that we got for the Crystal Staff was 8 minutes, 53 seconds, and 74 milliseconds. So it's a much bigger difference than I was expecting, to be honest with you. I was expecting it to be a second or 2 seconds difference, just because the stats are so even. I thought because the haste difference between the crit and the attack difference of the Crystal Staff, thought maybe it might weigh it out a bit and we'd have a very close score. But we're looking at an 8-second difference here, give or take a few milliseconds. Now 8 seconds doesn't seem like a long time. This is 8 seconds for 10 kills. Now if you think it's 100 kills, now we've got 80 seconds, which is 1 minute and 20 seconds. That means that you've taken 1 minute and 20 seconds longer to kill the mob of your choice, give or take. Now if you start multiplying this by, I think on Adventure Quest 3D right now I'm sitting at approximately 100 hours. Once you start going over the threshold of hours of playing and you're using the lower DPS item, you're running into a lot of wasted time where you could have been on to the next task to do something. We all know this game is a massive grind, and anything to make that grind a little bit quicker does add up overall because the overall grind is massive. You look at, I think I've got almost 500k in my account now, and I've grinded for 4 hours at a time. If I was running a lower DPS item, then that would have taken me longer to get that certain amount of money. So hopefully you guys do see the value in having the highest DPS items in the game, because it does drastically decrease the time for you to get things done. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I think this is a really good idea, and the series is a great idea to help the community. And um, there's not very many platforms for Adventure Quest 3D right now where you can get this sort of information side by side. There are people doing it in the community, I do understand that, but I feel like the way that we're going to do it here with this series is going to make it very black and white on what to choose. So, subscribe if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up if it's a great idea, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.